If there is one thing that I have learned to be the truest thing ever, having lived in South Italy now for 6 and a bit years, it is this: community is everything. And I have realised this a lot in recent months, and especially so when I first moved to Italy, because I really do believe that not a lot of people think about this when they move to Italy. They underestimate just how much effort is going to be required to really integrate yourself and to make connections here. And if you don't believe me, if you're a little bit skeptical, I suggest you watch this video next, where I really share the reality of making friends here in South Italy, because it's not as easy as you might think it is. There are lots of different factors and barriers that make it a little bit more difficult. Language being one, cultural differences being another, the fact that friendships here often stem back to childhood. So it can be quite difficult as an adult to break into those circles. But it also depends on you as a person, your characteristics, your personality, and what you're going to be doing here in Italy. But nevertheless, whatever your individual circumstances are, whether you're moving here alone or with a partner or family, this is still what you need to pay attention to. Building your connections and building your kind of roots and tribe, if you like. And the reason this is so important is because, first and foremost, Italy is a country that thrives on connections. It is the bloodline of this country. It is not what you know, but who you know that is going to get you places, especially living here in South Italy. So that is why it's so important to try to make connections where you live. But not only that, it's also for your own emotional well-being as well, because life here in South Italy can be difficult. I speak about the reality of life here a lot on my channel, so I'm sure you're well rehearsed in this by now. But essentially, it's not easy here. So you do need to have kind of connections and people who are living here that you can talk to and kind of, get some support from. Because although you might have friends and family back home, there's something you need to remember. At some point, your friends are not going to be able to fully relate to your new experiences, because quite naturally, if you are not living in another country yourself and you are not going through the same things, there are going to be certain aspects that you talk about that people just cannot relate to. So for this reason, it's really, really important to build your connections here in Italy. Now, I've done my best on this channel to really make this a place where you can ask me questions, where you can share your opinions and just make it a community as much as possible. And I feel like I've been quite successful at that. I recognize the hundreds of you that comment. In fact, this year alone, I received over 3,000 comments on my videos. Thank you so much. I literally just had my end of year stats through from YouTube, and I was blown away by the amount of comments that my channel has received. So thank you, because this is what I wanted to create with this platform. There are many places you can go to build your community here in Italy. Of course, it might end up being people you naturally encounter, neighbours or other parents at the school if you have children, or, colleagues if you're going to be working here. Yes, but if you don't have those kinds of options, or those kinds of communication and connections don't come easily, a lot of people turn to the internet to form their communities. And of course, we have the expat circles and expat groups, which I do recommend on the one hand. That is how I discovered the expat group in Salerno, which was an in-presence group and which radically changed my experience in that city. But you will find a lot of negativity in those online expat communities that you might not be expecting. And I talk about this because I do see a lot of people almost taken by surprise when they ask a question or they kind of share an experience, and people are just pouncing on them with their negativity and criticism. So they're not always the best places to turn to, which is why, with this in mind and knowing from my own experience that I found those places to be quite negative, I wanted to create this platform to really help you and inspire you with your move to Italy, but also be realistic, because it's not a fairy tale here. So I've been thinking a lot about how I can continue to grow this community into 2025. And so I have some rather exciting news to share, because I have decided to launch 2 exclusive membership tiers on my YouTube channel, which are going to help me to dive even deeper into life here in South Italy and support you even more than what my existing content already does. Now, before I share with you what these membership tiers are, please don't worry if you are not in a position to join my channel and you're not able to do so in this period. My existing content is going absolutely nowhere. My existing content is here to stay. I will continue to be posting 2 long form videos a week on a Wednesday and on a Sunday, sharing everyday life here in South Italy. I'm going to be active on my shorts, on my community posts. Nothing changes, but these membership tiers are basically there to give extra support to those of you that might message me and ask me questions or might email me. And sometimes I do my best to reply to emails and DMs on Instagram, but it's very difficult for me because I also work a full-time job and I'm creating this YouTube channel at the same time. So these memberships allow me to be a bit more focused with my time and attention in being able to better support those of you who need it. Now, the 2 membership tiers are the Espresso Club and the Aperitivo Lounge. So starting with the Espresso Club, this membership tier costs €2.99 a month, so roughly the price of a takeaway coffee. And contained within that is exclusive behind the scenes content on my community tab, sharing snippets of my everyday life here in South Italy. And this is the type of content that I don't normally share on my channel. So you're going to start to really understand what the intricacies of everyday life here in South Italy really look like through my own personal experiences. Not only that, but you will also get early access to the 2 long form videos I post every week on a Wednesday and on a Sunday. And you will be able to view those a few hours earlier than the general public. And also you will be influential in shaping the future of the content that I produce on this channel, as well as any products or services that I may create in the future through exclusive members only polls on my community tab. So there is a lot of goodness contained within this. And of course, besides all of that, with both of these membership tiers, you're going to be helping to support me to be able to continue to deliver this content for you. So it is a win-win situation, I do believe. Now, if you're interested in diving even deeper, I have the Aperitivo Lounge. This costs €9.99 a month, and contained within that is everything that is inside of the Espresso Club, plus 1 bonus long form video every single month where I really take you with me on my day-to-day life here in South Italy, and I'm really raw and vulnerable with you about what I'm going through, what I'm experiencing, what's happening here in South Italy, what life is like, the trials and tribulations, etc., etc. Now, this is something that I've never done before on my channel, and this type of content will never appear on my main channel, so it's really exclusive to you guys as members of my Aperitivo Lounge. Also, as if that wasn't good enough, you will also get access to a 1-hour live Q&A hangout chat with me once a month here on YouTube, where I will be able to answer your questions about living here or moving to South Italy, and also be able to just connect with you better on a more one-to-one basis and really kind of have a general chit chat about life here, expat insights, experiences. And so that will happen here on YouTube. If you're not able to make the live call 1 month, for example, there will be a playlist with all of the calls available for you to be able to watch at your leisure, exclusive to members only. And you can even submit questions in advance if you can't make it on the day. So these 2 membership tiers really do give you more access to me than ever before. I have never done live hangouts before. I've never really shown you the intricacies of my daily life before, but I really want to deepen this community. And so if you want to be a part of my journey, even more so than what you already are on my channel, then why not consider joining either the Espresso Club or the Aperitivo Lounge? Hit the join button below, and I hope to see you in there, and I hope that I can continue to deliver for you the value, the goodness, and the reality of what it is like to live here in South Italy, so that you can really bloom here and thrive and not end up running away thinking that you've made the biggest mistake of your life. I will see you in the next video.